Today we will learn how Git works. Okay, so before it how it Git works, we need to have Git bash. So in the last video you have seen like how we can download the Git, and when we download a Git we will download Git bash as well as Git GUI. So we usually work on the Git bash, and Git bash is an terminal where you can enter the commands to perform various Git operations. And bash is a Linux based command line. And in the screen you can see how we can open the Git bash. So in any computer, like if you want to open a Git bash at a particular place, you can just click on in the right click, you can see there is a Git bash here. So once you click on that, the Git bash will be open at that particular location. Okay, so now we'll see how Git works. Okay, so to initially, like, you have to create a repository for your project with a Git hosting tool like Bitbucket or a GitHub or a GitLab. So which we have seen in the last week's video, like what actually it is, what is a Bitbucket or what is a GitLab or what is a GitHub. And once we take the uh, code from the global or cloud repository to your local repository. To do that, what we have to do is we have to copy or a clone the repository to local machine. So once we copy the repository from the global to the local, then we can work on that particular repository, and we can add the files. Whenever we add any files, uh, we can check the status whether it is added or not. Like there will be a git status command which shows all untracked files, and there is a git add command which adds the files to the repo. And once it is added, you can commit or save the changes. Okay, so once you commit your files, then you have to push that to the main branch. So you have to use the git push command where you have to push it to the main branch. And then you have to make, if you want to make any changes to your file using a git hosting tool or after the commit, what you have to do is, like, again you have to pull it from the uh, remote repository to your local repository using a pull command. Okay, so, and the main advantage of Git is like it provides a branching and versioning for each branch. So that's the reason, like, we can create a multiple branch and we can work on different branches, and whenever we want to merge it, we can merge it to the main branch. So those options are available in Git, and we can commit the changes to the local repository and we can push it to the global repository as well. So op once we open all pull request, the purpose is changed to main branch is called, like, we have to pull request, and we can merge the branches to the main branch as I already told. And this is all like the things we do it in a work git in the git. So I will show you in a graphical representation so that you will be able to understand better way. So initially, like, we will be having two areas in the git. One is the local area and another one is a remote area. Remote is a cloud based, like where you are storing the your repository of the project. Okay, so initially what happens is you have to take your code from the remote repository using a git pull. So once you take a code from the git pull command, it will be stored in the local repository. Okay, so after that you have to do a git checkout, which will be under working directory, and whenever you add any file, so you have to add a command with a git add. It will, what it will do is it will be added to your staging area. So all the files which you add it to the staging area can be committed to the local repository using a git command, git commit command. Okay, so once it is committed, it will be under local repository, and that is ready for your push it to the remote repository using a git push command. So this is the workflow. And in some cases, like after pushing it to the remote repository, again if you want to pull it or work on that, you have to follow the same process. And whenever there is multiple branches are there, so you can, in a local repository, you can merge that to the master branch. So that's the reason like we use a git merge command. So this is how the git works. Okay, so in the next video, like we will learn more about different git commands and how we can use those commands. uh, Keep watching on the git videos. Thank you.